by overnight murders. UB president boasts of infrastructural upgrades. And a cancer patient needs your help. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the morning edition. I'm LaDawn Davis. Thanks for waking up to us. It's a really sizzling outside, so let's find out what's happening in the tropics with Basil Dean and the Bank of the Bahamas Weather Report.
This weather report is sponsored by Bank of the Bahamas, the bank of solutions.
Good morning, LaDawn. Our ZNS Tower Cam overlooking Nassau's Harbor is picking up some light rain showers, which is reducing visibility slightly. So motorists, you asked to exercise extreme caution this morning. And as we go to our satellite picture to explain why this is happening, broad area of showers with embedded thunderstorms moving towards the west. That's associated with a surface trough. And outside of our studios right now, we're having light rains with thunderstorm activity. 77 degrees is your current temperature. Relative humidity very rich at 88%. Easterly winds at 5 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,018.4 millibars. That's 30.07 inches, and it is steady. Temperatures around the islands this morning: 82 in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, 83 in Greenville, Key, Freeport, 83, 82 in the Berry Islands, Alistown, Bimini at 83, 80 degrees in Harbor Island, Roxanne, Eleuthera, 82, Otterstown, Cat Island, 82, 81 in Staniel Key, Kemps Bay, St. Andrews at 81, 80 degrees in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. San Salvador, 82, Rum Key at 82 degrees in Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island, 81 degrees, Betsy Bay, Meguana, 82, also in Acklands, 82 degrees, Matchy, Tananagua, 81 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Island a little warmer at 83 degrees. Your boating forecast for today: in the northwest and central islands, southeast winds 12 to 18 knots, the wave heights 3 to 6 feet. High tide, well, that will take place at 10:42 this morning, with the low tide at 4:53 in the afternoon. For the southeast Bahamas today, easterly winds 15 to 20 knots, very choppy seas at 4 to 6 feet over the ocean. Caution flags up for boaters in the southeast Bahamas. That's going to do it for your first look at weather, the morning edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today, tonight, is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. The Bahamas First Traffic Report is up next with Kelsey Johnson and the Morning Edition traffic team.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Good morning, LaDawn. Good morning, Bahamas. The rain is back down on this wet Tuesday. We're here on Blue Hill Road, just a few feet away from Meadow and Chapel Streets. Now, the traffic officials, they want to remind the general public to drive with due caution and care, especially on this wet Tuesday. Now, joining me live is Sergeant Jerome Thompson. Sergeant Jerome Thompson, as you can see in the back of us, there's a down traffic light. If you could just talk about speed, especially on this road and the blind corner by Chapel Street.
Good morning to you. Good morning, Bahamas. Persons, they need to be careful when coming out of Chapel Street, even though the light is, your light may be green. Take at least a second to wait, because persons on this main Blue Road thoroughfare, they like to run the red light. So we need to admonish persons who coming out of Chapel Street to be mindful of that. And those persons who are not stopping in obedience to the traffic light, please stop, because you're going to be reported.
Now, there was several incidents occurred on Sunday. Can you please give us an update about those traffic incidents?
Like I said, we had a traffic crash at about 3:30 a.m. on Zion Boulevard on Monday morning, which left an adult female who crashed into an abandoned building. And also there's a crash on the tracks involving 2 motorcycles. And it's sad to report that the young man involved, who was in critical condition in the trauma room, he passed sometime yesterday around 7:57 p.m. We need persons with information to come forward, because the family members, they need answers. They know what happened, and we need to do a proper investigation. And in order for that to happen, we need persons to come forward.
All right, thank you so much, Sergeant Thompson. LaDawn, before I toss it back to you, I just want to remind the general public that it is a wet Tuesday, so we want you to drive with extreme caution and care, and remember to buckle up. Back to you in the studio, LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Kelsey. Now on to our top story this morning. 2 men are dead and a woman in a hospital following a shooting in Maple Street, Pinewood Gardens last night. Police say sometime around 11 a.m. on Monday, residents were seated on a porch of a residence in the area when 2 men emerged from a yard nearby, armed with handguns, firing shots before fleeing the scene. Officer in charge of the Central Detective Unit, Superintendent Anton Ramming, gave reporters details on the incident.
Police received reports of gunshots being fired here at Maple Street, Pinewood Gardens. The police responded, and upon arrival, they were directed to a residence nearby. And once at that residence, they discovered that 3 persons had been shot, 2 adult males and 1 adult female. The EMS personnel were contacted. They came to this location. They examined both of the males and determined that both of those males were lifeless at the time. The adult female, she was transported to the PMH, where she is now seeking medical attention.
As the University of the Bahamas welcomes an estimated 5,000 students for the fall semester, the majority of them have qualified for the government's tertiary education loan grant. UB President Dr. Rodney Smith gave reporters this update yesterday.
We looked at the Small Island Sustainability Research Complex, and that opened last year. That was funded through the Freedom Foundation at a cost of $10 million. This building here was renovated and reopened approximately about $2 million. The Franklin Wilson building was also a donation in terms of building that as well. So most of our structures are actually donated. We're getting ready to actually break ground, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, for the residential facility that we've been advertising and talking about for so many years. And so that's going to add 1,000 beds on our campus, all in condos, a 5-level parking deck, a 500-seat cafeteria, and a ballroom as well, facilities, as well as retail spaces on University Commons and additional classroom spaces. So we're expanding. We hope to be able to also develop the property where the Clarence A. Bain building is. So we're waiting for that building to come down before it is turned over to the university.
Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, satisfied that Bahamas Power and Light Company officials are getting a handle on the power generation problems experienced in New Providence this summer. He toured BPL's Clifton Pier and Blue Hills power plants on Sunday and learned why load shedding exercises are necessary. Prime Minister Minnis expressed to reporters yesterday that he understands the plight of residents and businesses during the power outages.
To them, it's a crisis because it's affecting their revenue stream, and it's having impact on their livelihood, having impact on their businesses. So when I say crisis, I'm looking at the human element, the pain and suffering that the individuals are experiencing, as opposed to the definition from the energy status.
2 American women and an American male were ordered deported after being arraigned in the magistrate's court Monday for making a false declaration and failing to declare. Court papers show that on Sunday, while at the United States clearance at the Lynden Pindling International Airport, 25-year-old American Garrett Kaiser, along with 48-year-old Allison Mobley and 23-year-old Victoria Morris, made a false declaration that they had more than $10,000 in their possession. They were found with $27,000 in U.S. cash in their possession. The trio was also charged with failing to declare that they had the U.S. money in their possession. Kaiser pleaded guilty to the charges. However, Mobley and Morris pleaded not guilty. The court ordered that the money be confiscated. The defendants were then discharged and handed over to immigration for deportation. 100 police recruits began their journey to become a part of the Royal Bahamas Police Force 3 months ago, undergoing intensive training from classroom instruction to physical fitness. National Commandant of the training for the Royal Bahamas Police Force, Dr. Chaswell Hanna, says training is not easy, and during the first week of training, the force on average loses about 5 to 6 trainees. He says the recruits' days that begins before the sun rises is through because the force wants to produce the best officers.
We are going to be producing tough police officers, and we want competent police officers. And the police force is not for everybody. The recruit day starts at 4:30 a.m., where they have to get up and do physical fitness. That could be anything, including running, going to the gym, fitness center here. Once they finish that, they're responsible for cleaning the police compound here at the police college. That's called fatiguing. After that, they go to breakfast, they put on their uniform, and they fall in for muster parade at 7:45 every morning. They have classroom work, they get lunch break. So throughout the entire day, from 4:30 in the morning until about 8 p.m. in the night, we control their time.
Let's take a break here, and when we return, we're going to take a look at the first day of school at Nassau Christian Academy. So stay close.
Look, it's simple. Fidelity can consolidate all your bills with their debt consolidation loan. Give you one monthly payment and money in your pocket.
So let me get this straight, Miss Financial Coach. You say something about cash in my pocket?
Yes.
And a savings plan with 5% interest? Wow, finally! A bank that's looking out for me. What do you want me to sign?
That's not all. We also offer competitive interest rates and free financial coaching.
That's Fidelity. You ain't hear me. Where do I sign?
Everybody, I on TV. Look, I on TV. Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Bartender, do you see me? I on television. I gotta tell my girlfriend I on television.
Hello?
Babe, turn your television to ZNS. Quick, I'm on television.
I don't have a TV in there.
We have Wi-Fi though.
We have Wi-Fi.
That's fine. They upgrade now. You can watch it live from your phone. You just have to download the app.
All right, hold on.
Go to the App Store, type in ZNS, download the app, and you'll be able to watch ZNS straight from your phone. Hurry up and start over again.
Get your news and more anytime, anywhere with the new ZNS app. Stay connected from around the globe with our live stream news updates, all in the palm of your hand. You can also listen to the ZNS Radio Network for your favorite music. Go into your Apple or Google Play Store and download the ZNS app today.
Present check?
Miss I's star now. I still gotta pay? It's the OT with yours truly, Charles Fisher.
Buddy Hield and the Kings have their...
Buddy Hield seemed to be having the best season of his career. He had 32 points the other night. It was a bit disappointing, Shawnee Miller not winning the IAAF World Female Athlete of the Year. The high school rankings will soon be out. Tabernacle, the defending champion, CC Sweeting, they are always there. Who will it be this year? Each Monday on 1540 AM and 104.5 FM, it's the OT with yours truly, Charles Fisher.
I love the morning edition because I keep up with the sports.
Welcome back. It's back to the classroom for hundreds of students at the Nassau Christian Academy School. Kelsey Johnson visited the first day of school yesterday and filed this report.
After 3 months of fun in the sun, students enrolled at Nassau Christian Academy packed their bags and rolled into a new academic year. While some took selfies and personalized videos to send to loved ones, there were others who just weren't quite ready to return. And for those students who couldn't wait to sit at their new desk to write a new chapter, the teachers were there to greet them at the door.
I'm expecting great results for my students. They know I aim for the sky. They know I push my students every year to try and make sure that they're ready for the next grade level, which will be grade 5. So I'm excited to have them, and I'm looking forward to the parents working alongside of me. And so yes, I'm very excited with the 4th grade level.
Young Gemini Johnson stepped into grade 5 with a master plan. She knows if she pays attention, completes her homework, and studies hard, it will bring about good grades. Treasure Sargent is 1 grade below Johnson. She took a bite out of the Big Apple, while this 2nd grader, Renardo Smith, spent a few weeks in Houston. Both are back and ready to get to work.
I think I'll do great this year, and I'm expecting good grades. I want to achieve a 4.0.
Are you excited to be in this grade?
Yes, ma'am.
What is your favorite subject?
Math.
Why?
Because I love it.
The new haircuts, braided styles, tied in with the latest bags, all filled with books, pens, and pencils, added to the excitement. But that was just for the kids. The first day is always a big one for parents as well. Not only did they get an opportunity to see their children off, the long summer break is finally over, and that means peace and quiet at home, at least until the bell rings.
It was not long enough. Was too short. This morning is a very exciting time for my kids. She is going into another grade, so all of the kids, I guess, are excited. I am excited for them as well. And as you can see, it's buzzing already.
It's something I do every year. The first day, every year. So, but it's good that I see that many fathers is doing that today.
Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Network News.
An aggressive cancer has attacked one member of the Miller family, but it has left all members in distress. Kelsey Johnson visited the Millers, who are in need of your help, and filed this report.
The uncontrollable hiccups, which left him very uncomfortable, and a bad case of acid reflux changed Ron Miller and his family's life forever.
My doctor told me he wanted me to do a CT scan right away because he felt growth or something in my stomach. He wanted to see what it was. So he sent me to Doctor's Hospital right away to do a CT scan, which I did. And upon doing the CT scan, they saw a mass on the same side that the doctor was pointing out. And they did the scan, and I got the results and took it back to the doctor. And then it was at that point that he said, I need to get that checkout and see what that is. I need to have that endoscopy done.
The results came in on July 9th, 2019. Miller was diagnosed with gastric cancer, an aggressive cancer that attacked the lining of his stomach.
I was shocked because I wasn't expecting that kind of diagnosis. He didn't know what to eat because he would eat a particular thing and it would be so bad that he'd feel like, and in his terms, like just pulling out his throat because it was such a bad sensation. So with the acid reflux, so hearing the diagnosis was a bit of a shock. But nothing is impossible with God.
The father of 5, 4 girls and 1 boy had to make some tough decisions. See his 2 daughters enrolled in university or leave his life hanging in the balance. He is currently using a feeding tube and has an exiting tube which is directly attached to his intestines.
Daddy said something about chemo. And he was like, hold on, chemo? So you have cancer? And he's like, yeah. And we was like, mud, dough. Like, that's how shocked we were. And it was just crazy. And I was like, well, what I'm supposed to do now? So, like, where's my future, like, going to go or what it's going to be? And so I just got, like, depressed because, like, that's my daddy, and usually he's a healthy and strong person, so to hear that was unfathomable.
Tasia's selfless act has made room for Miller and his wife of 10 years, Kevin, to assist with the younger children's preparation for school. Even though they are managing, the couple still is not making ends meet. Miller spends more than $1,000 on food alone a month. His other medical bills, including the one owed for the surgery, is an additional expense. He and his family held a cookout in his honor late July, trying to stay afloat. But he and his family still need your help. There's a GoFundMe page set up in Miller's name. He also has a Royal Bank of Canada account number 7512643, for those who are interested in making a donation. Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Network News.
Very touching story there, Kelsey. Thanks a lot for sharing.
Well, I must say, I know Ron personally, know him. He and him worked a couple years ago as summer. Then I know his mom. Then he went on to work with my mom. So I don't know what to say.
What's coming up in sports?
Coming up in sports, we're gonna checking on some basketball with the Bahamas national team. We also have a coaches clinic going on here with the ITF. We're also going to check back in with Shawnee Miller. She's going to let you know just exactly what she's going to do next month at the World Championships in Qatar.
All of that and more ahead in sports.
We are moving
moving towards a more environmentally safe Bahamas. And as of January 2020, 4 single-use plastic products will be banned in the Bahamas. The forbidden 4 are single-use plastic bags, plastic utensils, plastic straws, and styrofoam food containers. The release of balloons into the atmosphere will also be banned. We encourage everyone to be a part of this positive change and to use safer alternatives such as reusable bags and compostable food containers as we move towards a plastic-free Bahamas. Visit plasticfree242.com to learn more.
This message is supported by Alive. Believe in best.
Boy, you should see this cute little honey of a poodle I dating now, you know.
What, you with another girlfriend? Man, what happened to the last dog you was going out with?
Man, I had to dump her, but she's getting too clingy.
Well, I hope you protecting yourself.
Yeah, you see, I don't let none of them know where I live.
No, man, I don't mean so they don't find you. I mean getting yourself nuded so you don't have a little bunch of spots running all around.
Man, I ain't worry about that. I is man. I know what I doing.
Yeah, famous last words. Well, I guess you ain't hear what happened to Skippy, eh?
What? What happened to Skippy?
Well, let's just say he ain't skipping around no more. He ain't get himself nuded. Now he in the doghouse with a wife and 9 puppies.
Man, I gotta get myself nuded, but you know I like to run free.
Boy, ain't that your old girlfriend Fifi coming behind you?
Keep the stray dog population down in the Bahamas. Make sure your dog has been spayed or neutered. Let's make it Bahamian to be humane.
This message has been brought to you by the Bahamas Humane Society and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Once again, Shawnee Miller Uibo, fresh off a 25th straight win race Sunday in England, where she's ranked number 1 in the 400 meters and 3rd in the 200 meters. Now, the question still remains if she will double at the World Championships next month in Doha. She has yet to answer that, but following her win Sunday, she let it be known that she is coming into form and ready to compete.
You know, I think we planned it out pretty well, being that it was such a long season. But we're definitely stepping things up right now and getting ready for the championships, and so we're hoping everything continues to go well. You know, I've been very consistent, especially my 400, and I'm very happy with that, and the 200's been very consistent as well, and so yeah, everything's looking really well for the championships, and we're hoping things pan out for the best. You know, we definitely have to come out there with the title, that's the main thing, and if we can do it, that'd be great.
International Tennis Federation Development Officer for the Caribbean, John Huda, is in town conducting a course for beginners and intermediate coaches at the National Tennis Center. Some 12 coaches are taking part in the course that will wrap up this coming weekend.
We are maximizing the opportunity here, and I'm definitely very grateful to the National Association, the Bahamas Tennis Association. It's an Olympic Solidarity funded course, and it's cooperation between the International Tennis Federation, the Bahamas Olympic Association, and the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association. And we're here having 12 coaches who will, at the end, by the 24th of August, will have their exams and will qualify as beginner coaches.
And Bahamian teams able to just win 3 out of the 25 games played in the Bahamas Basketball Federation Summer Fun this series that wrapped up on the weekend. The national team able to win of those, and Deshaun Taylor, who should be part of the squad for the 2020 FIBA World Qualifiers in February, liking what happened this summer.
We got a new coach. We got some new fellas that actually got to play today. They got to showcase their talent. So I feel like, you know, once we clean up our transition defense, 1 or 2 plays we didn't execute well, but as long as we keep practicing and we keep going along with the game plan, we'll be all right.
Well, that's a wrap on sports. I know you're wondering what's going to happen with this crazy weather we've been having. Basil Dean is going to let you know right after this break.
Explore the world of agriculture with us.
Join me, your host, Carla Palmer, for continued adventures in agriculture and the marine environment as we head into Season 2 of the program, Agriculture Now. That's Agriculture Now, moving to a new date and time, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m., right here on the ZNS Television Network.
The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th. When a hurricane alert is issued for your area, which indicates the possibility that you could experience hurricane conditions within 60 hours, you should begin the initial stages of preparation for the storm. When the storm is 48 hours away, a hurricane watch is issued. Once a watch is issued, be sure to get updates from the Met Office via television or radio. Get your battery-powered radio ready. Keep your emergency supply kit, blankets, and sleeping bags handy, and keep children and pets indoors. Be sure you have extra cash and a car tank full of gas. Fill all prescriptions. A hurricane warning means that a storm with winds up to 74 miles per hour or more is 36 hours away. At this point, secure all windows with shutters and plywood. Place your valuables in a waterproof container and store them on the highest floor in your home or in the safest area. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Management Agency.
In our final look at weather, the tropics remain quiet again this morning due to the presence of African dust and upper-level wind sharing. But across the Bahamas, we have a surface trough, which is generating heavy showers and thunderstorms over parts of the northwest and central Bahamas. That area is moving slowly towards the west and will continue to generate those showers and thunderstorms during the course of the day. But we expect by tonight those showers should be moving over the Florida area, so we'll look for some clearing starting tomorrow afternoon. Our forecast for today called for partly cloudy to partly sunny conditions with showers and thunderstorms in the area, occasionally heavy at times, 90 degrees for your high temperature. And tonight we're looking at, once again, partly cloudy conditions, a few more showers as that surface trough makes its way towards the west. 79 degrees will be your low temperature, and your extended weather forecast over the next 7 days into tomorrow. You'll have a few more lingering showers by afternoon. They start to dry up. Thursday looks better, Friday even better still, and as we head into the weekend, beautiful weather shaping up, and those temperatures start to rise back into 90s again. LaDawn?
Thanks a lot, Basil. That's a wrap for us this morning. For the entire Morning Edition team, I'm LaDawn Davis. Have a fantastic week, everyone.